The government's Malaysia solution for asylum seekers has been stymied by Tony Abbott, but the Prime Minister is vowing to press on with her bill in Parliament tomorrow. The opposition leader has scuttled the government's plan for changes to the Migration Act, which would have allowed offshore processing of asylum seeker claims in Malaysia. Even though she doesn't have the numbers, Julia Gillard says the bill will still go before the Parliament. From Canberra, George Roberts reports.
Sitting weeks inevitably bring stunts.
New Speaker's chair.
This one's got people lining up to try to end poverty.
I'm not doing the dunny thing. I'm just not doing the dunny thing. You've got to draw the line somewhere.
But it's those queuing up to get on boats bound for Australia that's causing problems in the seat of power. The opposition leader's willing to help shore up the laws allowing offshore processing, but only if it's in countries that have signed the UN Convention. That means blocking the government's Malaysia deal.
Now, why would Mr Abbott say no to that, other than hypocrisy, opportunism and a deep, deep fear that the Malaysia arrangement will work?
The policy impasse has the Prime Minister furious.
Mr Abbott has slammed the door on the national interest yesterday. We will obviously, in the parliamentary debate, be challenging him for once, to put this nation's interests first.
For the opposition, there's one answer to the deadlock, and it starts with N.
It's no stalemate. They could have offshore processing tomorrow at Nauru, and that works.
And if they don't like Nauru, then find another place that at least complies with the United Nations Convention on Refugees.
With no resolution in sight, onshore processing will remain the government's only choice. If there was any hope of a reprieve for the government, today's news poll didn't deliver much. Labor's primary vote slipped to a new low of 26%. The coalition's dropped a couple of points too, but still holds a lead that would amount to an election thrashing for Labor.
It's a reflection on the dippy policies and where they've got themselves. And if they get much lower, they're going to be able to name all their supporters. And that is not a great place to be.
Julia Gillard's still marching on and determined to put her changes before Parliament tomorrow.
I'm getting on with the job of protecting Australia's borders and protecting the way that we deal with refugees.
A job that's proving more and more difficult. George Roberts, ABC News, Canberra.